My friend, we're going to be talking about the third mode of the melodic minor mode, which means you got to know what a mode is. You got to know what a scale is. So we're going to take it all the way back from the top. If you like the way I teach, give a thumbs up, subscribe, talk amongst the community we are building here. So I like to show it through the eyes of C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, any way you want to play it, A minor, B diminished. We're going to be playing a full diminished here. If you're not comfortable with playing like the diminished, first finger here on the A string, second fret. We're gonna make what looks like a D major chord, but we're gonna be playing it here with our second grouping of fingers. So we're gonna have both of our second and our third fingers on the third fret on the D string and the B string, and then the pinky wraps around for the G string to play there at the fourth. Don't play the outside E strings. That's how you play B diminished. So beautiful, and it goes right back to C. So through the eyes of what a minor is, when we have a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Those are the four different ways that I teach how to play scales. The one that was the second to the last is one where you do a movement over. It helps to actually jump up. So if we're doing like whole tone scales, sorry, something like that, it becomes a little bit easier to see like the distance between a major second and a minor third, which is, that's a major second, that's a minor third. So I teach a little something called spider exercises, which get the fingers warmed up to go really fast, which is what you want kind of in the end, but we practice it slow. So the concept here today, we're gonna take that same C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C, and we're gonna convert that into a natural minor, which means flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Watch me now. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, and then we're gonna have a B flat and then a C. The concept here is when we play through these modes, if we change different notes in there, or the intervals, they thusly change the feeling of those modes. Now, natural minor is the sixth mode of a major scale. All major scales have them. In fact, in C major, the one that is naturally exhibited is Aeolian, A minor Aeolian, which is only found in the key of C major, and the one for A minor, which is why they had the same number of sharps and flats. 0. So let's say we go out of context here to a different key. C major, let's jump over to G major. G, A, B, C, D, E, and then we have our F sharp diminished. We can play this beauty gem here all the way up, or you can just throw that second finger here and play what looks like a D7. That also works. Wow. And then when we jump back into the G, there's our 1. So if we were gonna find the minor, relative minor of G, we'd go G, A, B, C, D, E. E minor has all the notes that G major does. That F sharp. So when we know how to play E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, that's an E natural minor scale. To change back into C major, if we go to that C and we play from the root rather than the A, we get our intervals. C to D, D to E, E to F, F to G, G to A to B, B to C. That follows a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That mechanism allows us to start at the last interval and go whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. That thusly is the spelling for a natural minor. Here we go. The melodic minor is derived out of that after we go through the harmonic minor. When we get to the second mode of this kind of movement, we would see it as being a Dorian type of mood, but it has a flat 2. When we go to our third one, which is what we're talking about today, we're gonna have basically a 1, 2, and then a natural 3, a sharp 4, a sharp 5, natural 6, natural 7, and a 1. Now this sounds crazy, but the actual melodic minor scale goes C to D, D to E flat to F, F to G, G to A to B, and then B to C. So the feeling of it, we really wouldn't go down that way, go back to natural minor. Anyway, that's a whole nother can of worms. When we're talking about this scale, the concept of this is if we start on the second interval and do that same scale mechanism, we get our secondary mode, and now we're going to be talking about the third. When we start on our flat 3, that flat 3 gives us the concept of E flat to F, F to G, G to A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. E flat. So the concept there is, if we play that mechanism through the eyes of just C, we would get C, D, we'd have our E natural, right? And then we'd have our F sharp, our G sharp, A natural, and then we'd have our B natural and a C, thusly giving us the third mode. Now, what is this played over? Let's say we're playing like an A major 7 chord. And there's a raised fifth thrown in there. Or anything like that would have naturally had that F in there. When we're going through that process, you can hear that. Those three notes are the meat and potatoes, I would say. It's derived out of having that E flat kind of feeling, but we're starting it with C. Why? I'm playing in the key of A major 7. I could have done this over an F sharp minor. And it would have given the same effect. So the concept here is we're using this over chords that would have like an augmented feel with that 5 note being sharpened. So no matter what key you're in, trying to use this mode to spicing up your playing using a somewhat feeling major kind of thing, because it would resemble having a major third, but those superfluous notes that you would think are actually where the fun is with this mode. I would call this an augmented or a Lydian sharp 5.